Well, hey guys, what's going on? It's Stef here. I hope you've been well. I know I have, and it's time for another metal detecting relic hunting adventure. Guys, I did it again. I found another virgin colonial site deep in the woods. Only a small pile of rubble tipped me off to what would be one of my best weeks of metal detecting in probably over a year. This is just the first visit to this site that you're about to watch. And it's really easy to see why I continue to go back again and again and again. In fact, the finds kind of get a little crazier in the next video, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But as for today, how about we just hop in? Well, I'm out in the woods today. I'm scouting some new cellars that I saw on a map. And I got like a 42 to 44 signal. It was double tapping. I thought maybe a rifle casing, keeping them in the woods. But that's not what we have. I think we have a button. Actually, it feels more like a coin. What is this? Probably just doesn't have a shank. Yeah, there we go. There's a shank post. Wow, that didn't take long. The moment I turned my machine on, a couple swings, found that. Awesome. Okay, well, I'm working between two cellars right now. I'm gonna see what turns up. I will live dig the next several signals probably and kind of try to make that a theme today, but can't see if there's a back mark. I am in a very damp area where water collects, so if there was a back mark, certainly not there anymore. So tough to determine the age. If I see something on the front, I'll come back, but otherwise we'll keep moving. Okay, I've got a slamming shallow signal right here. I hope it's something old and nice. Well, well, well. It was something fairly shallow and nice. Closer to like 4 to 6 inches, but I consider that to be shallow these days. We might have some suspense here. I think this is a big old dandy button. Yep. Broken shank side up. That's a huge one. Is this GW number 2? Oh, I'm nervous. Come on. Come on. Ugh, why is it so caked on there? Why? Dirt's not even frozen. Huh. Well, I can't get this off right now. Let me brush it off. I'll come back. Well, it's not a GW button, but it does have a really nice pattern on the center. That's cool. Might be an edge design too, but I'm going to have to clean this up when I get home a little bit better. Again, the shank is gone, or it might just be actually smushed. Nah, I think it's gone. But yeah, these are late 1700s coat buttons, and they would have been absolutely brilliant back in the day. They would have had gilding of some sort on there, maybe silver wash. And yeah, they really, really, really made a statement. So high hopes. We'll keep moving. So I should mention something. My approach is going to be a little bit different today. I'm looking for easy targets just to determine how productive this place is going to be. This rang up like a 10 to a 13. It's down here. I see just enough to see a cufflink or a button. Oops, as I put dirt back on top of it. Come on. Yep, you can see the shank there. And nothing on the face. Wow, that rang up so low. I don't know if it's made of tomback or what, but it looks like copper or brass. Huh. So probably just some iron contamination in there. All right, well, 3 buttons, haven't been here for long. We'll keep going. Hopefully we find even more exciting things. Nice loud and proud signal in the 50s right here. Let's see what it is. This was such a cool recovery. It's not in great shape, but it is something awesome that I love to find. So you saw it wasn't coming up very deep, but I kind of knew better. It sounded like a huge signal. 8 or 9 inches down. I actually had to whip out my pocket knife because I could feel exactly what it was, and I could feel that a root grew through it. So I just put it back in the muck so you can see what I did when I first pulled up this complete colonial shoe buckle. that has seen way better days. Oh man, I think the whole thing might even be iron. Maybe not, I can't really tell. It might be. Well, that wins the award for the ugliest shoe buckle I've ever found. Oh man, let's take it. Dunkity dunk, 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 dunk. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. No, can't tell. I'm sure by now, hopefully, I'll have something cleaned up on the screen. But yeah, it's very interesting how that completely got totally misshapen. It's interesting. Well, cool. Not going to win any beauty contests, but that was a slam and signal. And, you know, there must be some kind of plating on here because it shouldn't have thrown such a nice... Yeah, I can see some green coming through. So maybe a pewter or brass plating over what appears to be iron. But, wow, that is a really good sign for where I am. And that's awesome. We'll keep moving. Another good signal, really not very far at all from the shoe buckle. Let's get in there. Okay, well, sorry we are not in the hole together, but look at some of these briars. Ugh. I don't even want to touch them so that it zooms in better, or focuses better, rather. But there was a button down there. There is a back mark. Of course, I can't see what it is. It's really mucky out here, but this will be early 1800s, somewhere in there. And looks like we're going to have a plain front. If I find something different, obviously, per usual, I will come back, but it's pretty thick with signals in here, so I'm going to keep on rolling. Okay, almost made a mistake. I just started to stick my shovel in the ground right there. We'll see what this is together. It looks like a shotgun shell or a rifle casing, just based on the 2D screen, but you never know. Usually when there's an elongated line like that right in that range, it's a shotgun shell, but you never know until you go. Well, I'm glad I filmed that target, just to prove every so often you really shouldn't just trust the 2D screen. I don't know anyone who does that anyway, at least nobody who's very effective with the machine yet. Not rank it on anyone, just you never know. Like I said, looks like we have a nice convex button. Be military or something, that'd be cool. I don't think so. But it is a nice convex button. Can't see if there's a back mark or not. But that's beautiful. Let me just rub it off a little bit. Just to see if an eagle decides to pop through. It'd be a nice early eagle button if that's the case. But I don't think so. If there's something on this, I will certainly come back. If not, we'll keep moving. This has every right to be a beer can. Take a look. And I am good 14, 16 inches off the ground. I can still hear it. But I'm getting the impression that maybe this place has never been hunted, so it could actually be a relatively shallow shoe buckle. Another one. I don't know. It's something large, though. Ugh. Let's hope for the best. Well, I think I called my shot. My pinpointing was a little bit off. In the corner there, I see a corner to what has got to be, yeah, it's a shoe buckle. That's a shoe buckle. Oh man, let me see if it'll wiggle out. You know what? Let me get around it a little bit more and then we'll extract it together. Ooh, I hope that's complete. I think it probably is. That was a huge signal. Yes! Awesome. Okay, moment of truth. We know it's a shoe buckle. Is it complete? I got it loose. Please be there. Please be there. Oh, is it? Is it just mangled? What the? Yeah, it's just mangled. Oh my goodness. Look at the size of that thing. Holy crap. I wish this wasn't mangled like the last one I just dug, but I'm not going to complain. Whew, that is insane. That was 2 inches in the ground. I'm calling it. Nobody's ever hunted here. Ever. Wow. Let me get this cleaned up. I'll come right back. What a monster. Whew. That is absolutely breathtaking. Oh my goodness. Again, I can't stress enough how much I wish it wasn't bent, but you have to wonder how the heck that happened. I always blame a big fat oxen for stuff like that. Oh man. Wow. Just absolutely massive. This probably would have had quite some curvature to it. It wouldn't have laid flat like this. Based on the pin terminal, which has this little lip over here, okay, this is going to be maybe 1780s, 1790s. So we're in a really good time range for, or date range for state coppers, Spanish silver, of course, more of these puppies, hopefully. I mean, this was like 6 feet from the other complete one. So, wow. That is beyond awesome. That's so cool. Oh, man. Okay, well, I'm not going to putz around looking at it for too long. I want to get back to swinging, but, yeah. That's an incredible find. Well, you probably heard me say a couple of times that I wish that shoe buckle wasn't quite so mangled. And for the very first time, I decided to have something of mine professionally restored. And in my mind, there was only one man for the job, JP Hunts. Most of the time on Instagram and Facebook, you'll notice that he will post a lot of Civil War relics that he's been commissioned to restore, and a lot of them are made out of big, heavy brass, so I figured, this guy can do a shoe buckle. And as it turns out, I was absolutely correct and made the best decision possible by contacting him to restore this exquisite shoe buckle. Take a look at that. It's absolutely breathtaking now. It's exactly the same form that it would have been in well over 200 years ago. Not to mention, even the patina has been retained, which is just incredible. So huge thank you to JP. His contact information is in the description below, so if you're interested in getting any work done with him, definitely reach out. I just absolutely, obviously had to share this incredible restoration before we head back in to the rest of the video right now. This is absolutely ludicrous. I'm standing on the plug where I just dug out that shoe buckle frame. Something else large. Oh boy. I don't know what I've ever done to deserve days like this, but I am very grateful. Let's find out what this is. Oh, this is really a fantastic day. It wasn't very deep at all, 4 to 5 inches. We have another dandy button. I thought it was a coin at first, but that is quite all right. It has the full shank intact. And we'll see if there's anything on the front. These people certainly like to be fancy, at least according to that last shoe buckle and the first dandy button we dug today. That one might be plain. If it has something on it, I'll come back. But otherwise, how about we go find another shoe buckle or two? Well, the sun's not helping me right now, but I did want to show you. It has a nice pattern, some orbital design here, and then a really nice work along the edge. That should clean up pretty well, at least I certainly hope so. But yeah, I just had to show you that. That's so awesome. We'll keep moving. Okay, I've got a nice repeatable target here with some iron in the hole as well. Let's see what it is. Well, it was down there. I don't know what it is. It's some lead thingamajig. Huh. I haven't the foggiest idea. Hopefully I can figure it out and put something on the screen for you, but as of right now, inconclusive. Huh. All right, well, we'll keep on moving. I'll tell you what, I really hope the depth indicator is just getting thrown off because this is really mossy and grassy. Because otherwise, we're going fishing. Let's take a look. Let's get in there. Well, so much for that plan. We did go fishing, easily 10 inches. Finally got it out over here. And got some mucky and gross. Mucky and gross. Looks like we've got a tomback button, convex. Yes! Oh, look at that pattern. That's awesome. Hang on a second. Give this another dunk. Oh, that is a thing of beauty right there. I think I said this one. I don't think I said it in a video, but I was talking to somebody online, and I said I would say 1 in every maybe 50 tomback buttons that we dig has a pattern on it. Oh man, as soon as I saw that it was convex, it kind of got my hopes up, and glad that's what was on there. Oh man. All right, we'll let this dry off a bit and come back. That's gorgeous. Well, there you have it. I sure do wish that the sun was out today, because that would look really brilliant. But oh man, that makes me so happy. I probably have maybe a dozen etched tombacks. I mean, you don't find them very often. No shank, but I won't fault it for that, because we're not going to be looking at the back anyway at home, right? It's going in the display case, obviously front facing. That is amazing. I love that. Just the amount of time this would have taken somebody to carve in there. You really have to think about maybe the statement, they don't make things how they used to. Prime example. That's awesome. Well, we might have more of the same right here. It'd be great to get a match to the last button. All right, no screwing around. Let's just go in there. I think we have part of another shoe buckle. It looks very similar to the last one I dug here today. I wonder if it's a match. The other one is not broken. I mean, it's all mangled up, but you know, I'm not convinced that's actually a match. Huh. I'll definitely have to circle this area and see if I can find the rest of this one. Oh, wow. You gotta love it. Virgin sites are very tough to find, despite what I've made it look like over the last few months. They are very tough to find, so this is a hell of a treat for me today. I'll put that in the pouch, keep on moving. Hardly worth showing you this signal because I'm getting too much of a glare on the screen, but it's a low tone coming up right on the line in the 20s. Let's dig it up. All right, well, once I pinpointed this off camera, it was a dead 24. So I think it's safe to assume we have another button. It's a good size, so probably another tomback. Ringing up those numbers. Does that one have design too? I think it might. Can't really tell yet. We have a shank. Nope, the shank is broken. But, All right, well, I will come back if this one has a design on it. If not, we'll keep going. I've got a pretty shallow signal right here, and it looks beautiful. That is half real, half dime range. We shall see. Well, I think we're going to have yet another dandy button. You gotta love it. I felt the edge of it. It feels really thin, so I don't think it's a coin. I could be wrong, but no, I'm not wrong. That's huge. It is shank side. And Oh no, this is the shank side. Jeez, I thought there was a nail through it for a second. All right. Ooh, it is very cakey. Let me come back with this one. Phew. Get a load of that. I did not expect this beautiful pattern to be hiding underneath the crud. But I gotta stop saying that because every dandy I've dug here has been very fancy. And that fits the bill for very fancy. This is definitely a late 1700s, very early 1800s site. I believe it is a cabin site because where I am right now, where I've been finding all the really good stuff and the high conductors, there is just one little pile of rubble and it's not a hole. So I think this was definitely a cabin site. Whatever the case, extremely exciting to trip across. I did do some research to get myself out here, but wow. That is a gorgeous dandy button. I absolutely adore that one. Here we go, another button type signal. Let's see if my assessment is correct. Whew, okay, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. It's not a button. I have a feeling of what it might be. Take a look. I feel like it's a musket side plate. I don't know. What is this? Oh, it's a thumb plate to a musket. That's so freaking cool. That's awesome. This site kicks ass. Oh my god. Dude, I never find gun parts, and that's exactly what this is. This would have been exactly where you held your thumb when you were firing a musket. How friggin' amazing is that? That's gotta be what that is. I don't think I'm wrong, but I've been wrong a couple of times in my life, so let me get this cleaned up a little bit, and I'll come back to you. But that's screaming musket thumb plate to me. How flipping amazing is that? Oh, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, it's not much to look at, but not a single doubt in my mind that that is a musket thumb plate escutcheon, or thumb escutcheon, whichever you prefer to call it. This would have been stuck against the wood by way of I'm so excited, little iron pins that have since corroded in the ground, and this is what we're left with. That is my very first. That is an awesome, awesome find. I'll put some examples on the screen right now just so you can see what I'm looking at and that I'm not crazy when I say I know what this is. This little blob of brass, but oh wow. Wow. Okay, well, I think what I'm going to do, since this video is getting long and I hate to do it, especially because this was low to mid-tone. I hate not getting that on camera, but I only have about 30% battery. I have at least a mile hike out of here, and I really don't want to lose my GPS. So what I'll do is if I get a signal that I am pretty darn sure is a coin or another high conductor like a shoe buckle, I will absolutely film the signal. If not, I will just film basically from the hole for the recovery so that I can get out of the woods and make a video about this. What an incredible find. Looks like I squeaked out another button here. It was ringing up in the low to mid 30s. Right down in there. And, ooh, I saw some, oh. Huh. Oh, it's plated. Oh my god, I thought it was a silver button. Believe it or not, I have done, wow. Look at that. It's gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. I don't want to spend too much time cleaning it up out here. I think this is actually the base metal because that silver wash is coming off. But, where'd we go? Yeah, I've actually dug a silver colonial cufflink that rang up about a 35, so that just gave me a heart attack. Ooh, beautiful. These people loved their fancy clothing and the fancy buttons that went on them. That was an awesome find. I don't even know what this is yet, but I'm having trouble keeping it together because it's a coin. I'm 100% sure it's a coin, and it's ringing up really high. Okay, all right. We calm down a little bit. That's kind of the signal I've been waiting for to maybe end this video on an extra high note or an extra high tone. Oh man, because I want to save the rest of this for another day. I gotta get out of here soon. Let's see what this is. I am terrified, excited. I can't believe this place. All right, be back with you when we can get a better look at this. Okay, it is a coin. It's not silver. It's, you know, it sounded and traced like it was straight up. Maybe I just kind of knocked it with the pinpointer or something. But, it feels small. Wow. That's a beautiful reverse for a draped or possibly a Liberty cap. What have we got? What have we got? I can see that looks like it's going to be a draped bust. Wow, that rang up so high. Is it a draped? I'm not so sure anymore. Gosh, I don't even have toothpicks out here with me. Let me work on this for a minute. I'll come back. But that was a really sweet sound. I was kind of silently wondering where the heck all the coins were, considering all the other high conductors. But I'm going to recheck the hole too, obviously, because that was a really high reading. So I'll be right back with you. This is a really nice looking draped bust large cent. Here's the reverse. I know you can see that a little clearer, you know, in the footage I just took before this. So I always like to start out with the side that you could make out easily before. And then flip you over to this beauty. Okay, it doesn't look as beautiful through my viewfinder, but I have a very clear date of 1805. At least that's what it appears to be. I don't think I've ever dug an 05. I can't remember if that's a key date or something. I don't know. I am messed up. I love this hobby so much with every ounce of my being. You can hear me starting to lose it. This site is going to produce amazing things. Amazing things. I can feel it. I have not been here more than maybe 2 or 3 hours. A bit of a hike, but nothing that'll kill you. So I'll be back here very soon. And yeah, beep around a little bit longer. But if this is my day, I'm very happy with it. Wow. You've got to love that. Okay guys, well that's going to wrap it up for this week. What a sight! I only spent 2, maybe 3 hours there, and I took my time, and I actually, for once, just cherry-picked the easy targets. Now, with the trip back to this site that you will see very soon, I worked the outskirts a little more, dug a few iffier signals, and I may or may not have found the rarest coin that I will probably ever dig. But you'll just have to wait and see what that is. Now, if you have made it this far into the video, you enjoyed what you're watching, and you haven't already done so, please go ahead and consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so that you don't miss an upload from me in the future. It means a lot to me when you subscribe, and it helps the channel thrive, grow, and of course, continues to encourage me to make these videos for you. So all of that said, guys, I'm gonna get out of here, and we'll see you next week.